Hi guys, and welcome back to another Madden 17 video, and in this video we're going to be covering who deserves to get an elite card in Madden 17. The game is pretty much under a month away now. Really looking forward to it. If you're looking forward to it too, smash a like on the like button in this video. Also comment down below if you agree with the choices, why you agree with them, why you don't agree with them. Who else should be involved in this series? I've already done another episode, so if you haven't seen episode 1, go and check that out because there's a lot of cool upgrades in there. But anyway, without further ado, now I'll jump into the upgrades. So the first guy we have is DeAndre Hopkins, and I don't think anyone is going to disagree with this one whatsoever. I mean, he had 111 receptions last year for 1,500 plus yards. That puts him in the top elite category of receivers. So he definitely deserves an elite card. I mean, just with those stats alone. And I also think the Texans might be someone to watch out for this year. They got a very good team up and coming. They got a lot of guys who are just coming into their prime at the right time. Like obviously JJ Watt's a huge guy for the team. We got DeAndre Hopkins. We got Whitney Merciless. We got loads of other players who are just coming into their prime. So they're definitely a team to look out for. But I think DeAndre Hopkins will get potentially an 87 rated elite, maybe 86, maybe 88. We'll see how EA determine that. But he'll get an elite card for sure. And next up, we've got Doug Martin. I think this one is also non-debatable. I mean, he has the second most rushing yards out of anyone in the whole of the NFL. 300 above third place, which is astonishing. I mean, he has a lot more attempted rushes, but he's only 80 yards behind Adrian Peterson at number 1, and he has 40 less rushing attempts. So I think he also averages he averages about 5 yards a carry, which is above a lot of other people in the NFL. A lot of other running backs only average about 4 yards, 4.2 yards a carry or something like that. It's like the average, I think, and he's 4.5 to 5. So he's definitely going to get an elite. Potentially could be higher than an 85, but I think since the way EA work, they'll only give me a low rated elite, but an elite nonetheless. So I had to get a Lions player in here. Last episode we got Darius Slay. This one we're going to go with Ziggy. And to be honest, I think this one is also non-debatable. I mean, I'm starting with the non-debatable ones. We'll get towards a few more debatable ones, and then we'll go back to finishing on someone who's definitely going to get an elite upgrade. But Ziggy, he was on a defence last year who weren't great. I mean, everyone knows the Lions are sort of in a slump at the moment, and Ziggy was standout, one of the best defenders on the team. 14.5 sacks, way above everyone else on the team. He was just the standout defensive player of the year, I think, for the Lions. Him and Slay are going to have to carry the team quite a bit next year, but hopefully they'll do that. I mean, Lions could potentially do well next year. We'll have to wait and find out, but Ziggy, I think, will definitely get an elite card. So next up, we have Larry Fitzgerald. He's probably going to get an elite upgrade, I'd think. Not as secure as you might think. I mean, he's getting back towards the form he had when he was in his prime, 07, 08, 09 seasons where he was just absolutely dominant. But last year, he actually had the most receptions of his career and sort of the 4th, 5th most yards. So he's been thrown to a lot more, and his average yards are actually going down. But he got an 84 rated from the previous year where he didn't have a fantastic year. So since his sort of production's gone up this year, you'd assume his card rating would have to go up. So I think an 86 rated is fair for Fitz. He's definitely a huge part of the Cardinals offense. You'd think he'd get an upgrade, but we'll have to wait up and see for that one. So next up we have Mike the Man Mitchell, and I'm sure if you watch my other videos you'll know exactly why this guy should get an upgrade. This is nothing to do with real life, although he has been playing a lot better in real life, don't get me wrong, but in the Madden world he has been head and shoulders above everyone else for me in this game this year. He's been standout, the best player I have used all year, and personally he deserves a 99 rating in my book. If I pull a golden ticket next year, I am definitely using it on Mike Mitchell. But this was just sort of a jokey pick, so we will get back into the list. Next up, we actually have an offensive lineman. We have Richie Incognito here, and right guard, right tackle. Not sure where they're going to put him. He's played both positions all year, but something that's very key to notice with an offensive lineman, the stats are quite hard to find, but I did manage to find the stats, and the Bills actually averaged 6 yards per carry when running towards Incognito's side, which is huge. I mean, that adds so much to your game. Being a Lions fan, I know what having a bad running game can do to the team. And having a good offensive lineman like Richie Incognito in the team, I mean, 6 yards a carry, that can win you games outright. I mean, if you continuously get him averaging 6 yards a carry per game, per play, per game, you're going to get first downs, you're going to get touchdowns. And for that reason, I think he's been such a huge part of the Bills' offense. He'll be part of the elite club next year. Next up is Philip Rivers. I'm sure a lot of Chargers fans definitely wanted him in the team, him in the upgrades selection, and there's no reason for him not to get an elite. He got the second most yards out of any quarterback last year. He's been a huge part of their offense. I mean, I don't need to say a lot about Philip Rivers because I'm pretty sure he's guaranteed an elite. I think they'll give him an 85, maybe an 86, because they don't like to bump quarterbacks up huge, and no one's going to be above Cam, and I think they're going to give Cam sort of around the 90, and then Rodgers and Tom Brady, and they got to sort of average it out. So I think an 85, 86 will be good for Philip Rivers, and I probably think he'll get that next year. Allen Robinson is next up on the list. The Jacksonville Jaguars wide receiver had a huge year last year. 1,400 yards and only his second year in the league, and he's only 22. I mean, there's so much more to come from this guy. He's actually a little bit younger than me, which is quite depressing to think about, that he's this good in the NFL at this young an age. But I mean, he has such a huge year. Like I said, the year before, he was working his way into the league, classic rookie year, just getting reps in, sort of feeling out the league, seeing how he'll do. And this year he's broken out of that. He's done absolutely insanely well. So I think an elite card is definitely due for Allen Robinson. We'll see what rating it is. I've gone with 85 here just to be conservative. Let me know down below what rating you'll think Allen Robinson will be next year. So next up we have Terron Armstead from the Saints, and once again, linemen, reasonably hard to judge because getting stats for them is pretty difficult, but this guy is head and shoulders above a lot of people stats wise. Tyron Smith and Joe Thomas are known for being amazing left tackles, and Terron Armstead is up at that point now. They're the only two guys that beat him in the stats for pretty much everything. I mean, pass blocking, he's on level with Thomas, who's an amazing pass blocker, has a 90 rated card already. So I'm thinking Terron Armstead will get an upgrade. I mean, he had a very good year, so I'm pretty sure he deserves one. Whether he'll get one or not, it's hard to tell because upgrading linemen, EA don't tend to do that as much. But hopefully he'll get one because he definitely deserves it. And finally, we have the Honey Badger. I mean, I don't think anyone's going to dispute this. I was going to go with a solid one to end with, and everyone will agree that the Honey Badger deserves an upgrade. He's such a good player. He has such a standout year. I mean, he's got an incredible life story. If you actually don't know his life story, definitely go and check it out. I'm thinking 86 rated, potentially higher. He's definitely one of the best safeties / corners in the league. He can play anywhere on the defence in the secondary. He'll definitely get an upgrade. But that is the end of the upgrades, guys. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed. Let me know down below what you change. Comment down below what you changed, like I said. Like the video if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe if you are new. And let me know if you want me to do more videos like this, because Madden 17 is only just around the corner and I can't wait. I'm sure you guys can't wait. And hopefully I'll see you guys for another video.